So is the presentation looking good? Great. Okay. Hello and welcome everyone. I am Anna-Maria Borshagovski from Finland, from Finnish Beekeepers Association. And well, I am here to tell you about our quite new project. The project is called Domestic Pollinators for Commercial Gardens. It is an European innovation project. And as the name of this presentation tells you, the project revolves around honeybees in greenhouses and tunnel cultivations and breeding of domestic bumblebees in Finland. So the project is a joint project of this Finnish Beekeepers Association and also the Natural Resources Institute of Finland. So let's see more. In this project, we aim to develop methods to use honeybees as pollinators in greenhouses and tunnel cultivations. Tunnel cultivations especially, but also berry crop area in greenhouses is steadily growing in Finland, and also the demand for pollinators in closed spaces is growing. We are not yet using honeybees in greenhouses in Finland, and not really in tunnel cultivations, only in very small scale, and mostly the nests are outside the tunnels and not inside. But we would like to develop some methods for honeybees in these closed spaces. It is very, or I don't know, like a very common, but quite common practice in Netherlands in greenhouses. They use honeybees there beside bumblebees. So they really know how to do it. We also aim to find possibilities of breeding domestic bumblebees and to find out the financial viability of such practice. We don't have domestic bumblebee breeding yet in Finland, but let's see what happens after this project. Maybe we will have some breeding. In a bigger picture, we could help to create new enterprises in Finland, and we could also develop existing pollination services by widening the use of honeybees, and the new enterprises would be especially around bumblebees and breeding of them. We could help to increase the use of domestic pollinators in commercial gardens and to be less dependent on imported pollinators. In our case, imported bumblebees, which we import around 10,000 nests per year. And because we don't have our own production, we are totally dependent on these imported bumblebees then. This project started 1 year ago, and it will last until the end of next year, 2024. It's funded by European Union and the Center for Economic Development and Transport and the Environment in Finland. So what kind of innovative practices or technologies we are dealing with? With honeybees, we have to develop methods to use them in closed spaces and in finished conditions. So if something works in, for example, in Netherlands, it could work in Finland. We have to make sure that it works, or if it doesn't, then we have to change it so it works here. We got some nice ideas from Netherlands when we had our trip there. For example, they use this kind of levels for honeybee nests in greenhouses. You can see one in this picture on the right. And we also have asked lots of questions about the methods, and they have a specific course in Netherlands to train beekeepers to this kind of pollination and this practice. We are, of course, going to make some of these kind of levels and to test them, and some other different kind of tests. We already did our first test with bumblebees in a greenhouse and a tunnel, and the preliminary results are quite promising, because these strawberry crops, they were a little bit bigger, and they were in better shape, better quality with with honeybees than that compared to bumblebee pollination. And the farmer who gave us these places to do this test, he was very happy with how the honeybees worked in these closed spaces, and also, of course, happy about the crop. So it was good, and we are happy to continue with our tests with honeybees. Then with bumblebees, we really have to find out how to breed them efficiently, and of course we are going to find out, is it financially viable to do it in Finland. It has been challenging to get information, like detailed information about these breeding practices, because they are company secrets. We have these big breeding companies in Europe, and they don't want to share their secrets. So we had to go outside, catch some queens and breed them, and just try it out and develop some techniques. And that we did last summer. We also developed some nest boxes for them, because you can't just go in the internet and order some bumblebee breeding boxes. You can't find them, so we had to make our own prototypes. So yeah, we did breed bumblebees last summer, and it was quite nice, actually. The results show us that breeding definitely is possible. We can breed Finnish bumblebees. We got 55% success rate, meaning that over half of our queens produced offspring. That is a very good starting place for us, and we have some ideas how we can increase the number and how we can control the growth of these bumblebee nests. It's difficult, and it demands, of course, lots of experience. You have to do the work and learn to see what some specific way of behavior means, and then you can react to those and adjust maybe the amount of food or something else. But this definitely is possible. And maybe, I don't know, we really hope that someday in Finland we can have something like this. They have in Norway 2 different companies who breed domestic bumblebees. In the picture on the right, there's a big pile of bumblebee nests waiting for transportation in Norway. So yeah, it was challenging to breed them, but very possible, and we are optimistic for the future. Okay, then what challenges we've had? Well, as I mentioned, getting information was challenging. We really had to just rely on some very good friends and colleagues from abroad who don't have these kind of big companies and don't have company secrets. So we got some information from example, from our Czech colleagues, and of course we have some pollinator and bumblebee experts in our group, and they were very helpful, and their experience also. I must not be the only one having this challenge once in a while. So scheduling, you easily have so much you have to do and what you want to do, especially if you are very interested in your own work, this kind of project. So the third point, in this scheduling, I could say that you have to prioritize and put some new ideas to the future. And that has been some learning point for me also. The third point is that nature does not work like a robot, so there will always be surprises. For example, when we go outside in the spring to collect some bumblebees, the spring may have some other ideas for us, and maybe we will not get so much or many, or then we are in hurry. The spring comes in advance and we just have to go there and collect the queens before it's too late. Or maybe some nest in honeybee nest in our test is doing something very weird, and suddenly we may have to change the nest, and all these things we have to be able to improvise, of course. And this applies to humans also, like we are not robots. That's something I've had to tell to myself, like be kind to yourself, rest. This is interesting work, but it's also demanding. Okay, and then we were asked to tell what we would do differently next time. I don't know if this is remotely even possible, but I got an idea that worry less and worry later, and the next point, just do it, goes together with this first point. Like just do the call, just make the call to a farmer, or just make the press release, or whatever it is you are pondering and worrying that, is this good? Can I really do this, or should I do this? Just do something, and the things start to unfold when you put things like rolling. Then some perspectives for the future. It's very important to plan well as possible, but also know that you will need to improvise, and you have to. Like, things happened against your plans, and you just have to go with the flow and improvise. That's very important. Also, I was thinking that in this kind of project, could it be good if there was some specific person to be in charge of media and visibility? Because these kind of projects, they are big, and probably they will have impact in other countries also, and in the future, hopefully. And of course, when we want to have a good and great impact, we need visibility. So someone who really knows how to do the work with media and visibility, maybe it would be good to have someone like that. Next point is that write all new ideas down and prioritize. Like you will have your own ideas, you will have ideas from other people from your working group, or just other people you're in contact with, but you cannot do everything at this time limit you have in these projects. So write all ideas down, prioritize these ideas, important things for this project, and then the rest you can maybe accomplish in next projects in the future. There will always be some other possibilities for new projects. And very important, I think, projects always end. They will always have this ending time. So take good care of those people who want to continue the work of the project. When the project ends, the work ends there, unless you have sparked this interest and will to work to other people outside the project. Okay. This was a short presentation of this project, I thank everyone for listening. And if you have any questions or just want to talk about this project, you can contact me with email or just call me or send a text message. WhatsApp also works. And we have our webpage. It's in Finnish. Maybe Google Translate is your friend here. And Facebook group for shorter chatting. Thank you.